Around again. Here we are, this is in the 5th turn, and not much happened at all. Players are dropping out. We can see a number of people who don't have actions. From what I can tell reading the rolls, if purple loses their planet, they're still stuck in the game. I'm not sure whether they can come back. There may be action cards or something that allow them to rebirth somehow, but unfortunately, there doesn't appear to be an easy way out. So, let's look at what we got here. The players we have left. Green went with... damned if I know. Well, they did something, I'm sure. Because that would be illegal for them not to. And there's so many, activations on the board, it's hard to remember what they did a while back. Blue, looks like they did a build action over here. And let's look for another number. We have a 5. No, they passed. So I guess 7 is all that's left over here. And they moved in and took well, and now they're foregoing their build by doing that, which I think is a mistake. They probably should have been spending their points to build over here in their capital area. It's just, it's so hard to move your ships that building more stuff in the back areas that you can't get out when you don't have command chits, etc. It's really, there's a lot of tough decisions in terms of, well, now what the hell do I do? Now they've got an extra chit over on strategy, which they can't really use. They're going to be low on chits next turn no matter what they do. They're hoping to pull their dreadnoughts through, but they don't really have the fleet size to do that. And they're just not going to have the chits to do what they want to do. So they're having a lot of trouble expanding, whereas some other people seem to have had pretty good patterns, in terms of what they did. Like, look at how green's expanded, or even blue, and what yellow managed to achieve. So I don't know why, some of these players just haven't gotten the hang of a certain pattern that other people have managed to get away with, probably because they've been able to pick the same actions. Ones that looked attractive to them due to their situation that aren't looking as attractive to the people who are having trouble with them. Okay, well, I'll probably finish this turn up tonight after all, I don't know. Well, Green's the only one still playing, and he broke his semi-alliance and trade agreement with the Letnev player. Attacked him here, ended up losing, but killed the admiral, did a number on the fleet, played some of his action cards, which is why he made the attack. He had nowhere to play his action cards and was sitting on the political action. He got a fresh bunch of action cards, and then discovered, a couple of cards in the political card deck that he didn't like. He squelched one. The other one he really didn't like. He didn't like either side of it. The first one looked like it would possibly vaguely affect him this turn, because he has the most planets, and it would force him to pay 2 command chits if he wanted to do anything for the rest of the turn. That could have been lived with. He's probably not unhappy with passing at this point anyway. But the second one either gave everybody an extra trade good whenever they received goods for their trade agreements, which he did not like the idea of, because he's got a good agreement right now, actually with the Haken. And it's unlikely the Haken's going to trigger a trade action, which means that may mean that the trade goods would go more rapidly, so he wouldn't get any at all. And that didn't sound good to him. The other side, though, was each player with trade goods had to give up 2. And there aren't that many players with them. There were only 3. That vote ended up being defeated, and then he got to stack the deck. And now he's debating, does he have anything he can do? And I think the answer is no. He's going to pass here, and we're going to go to the status phase and do the bookkeeping stuff. But it does make the trade action more interesting again, because there are now 3 players who have open trade agreements, and conceivably the Lizics could end up cutting deals with both Letnev and with Zacha without anybody breaking any agreements. We'll see how that goes, though. I don't see Zacha and Lizics resolving their differences. I could see Letnev and Zacha resolving theirs, although this really actually only helped yellow out of everyone. But it was definitely a situation where green saw, I get cards and I'm going to draw a whole bunch more and have to discard, so I want to do things. Alright, let's go on to the status phase, fix everything up. I'll probably come back and then we'll load this up. Okay, so I allocated the points, etc. I guess the big information here is where people are on the victory point chart. And we'll see that orange, yellow, and purple are all up at the top at 4. Yellow was able to increase, I think the 1 of each, maybe not. Yeah, the 1 of each that they didn't have before, I guess. Maybe they were already there. Oh no, yellow. Yellow played their secret card, the Usurper. That's why they're up there. They figured this was the harder of the 2 to keep. They have Mercantile Rex, a space dock, and at least 6 ground forces there. That's going to be harder than just holding Mercantile Rex, which they think they can get 2 for. That's worth 1, but they can't take them both in the same turn. The other kind of exciting one, red, looked at their planets and saw that they're eligible for this one, so they picked that up too. And that is why orange, which is red in this game, got that. The counter mix for the plastic bits, there's 10 of them, whereas there's only 6 for the command chits and the cardboard pieces, for whatever reasons. Basically, it kind of makes sense that there's only 6 of the cardboard ones. What doesn't make quite as much sense is why there are so many piles of plastic in the game. I would think that they would match directly and not really worry about the race. You can pretty much tell who's who by what colored pieces they have on them, right? But if you can't align all of the colored chits with the color of the plastic pieces, it becomes a little bit more blurry. So I think it would be better if they had just 6 good solid color pieces, and they come, they've got 6 colored pieces, I guess. No, the colored pieces, it's the limited number of plastic pieces. Okay, well that makes more sense because plastic's got to be more expensive. But still, I understand the desire to put the little symbols on the cardboard pieces. I think it would be possible to have not made cardboard pieces for each race, but to match them to the color of the plastic pieces. There's not that much information on them. The only exception to that is the admirals. And whatever symbol a particular race has, well, yeah, that's going to be a problem anyway, because like the trade cards and stuff have that. So I don't know. it just, I feel like I got vaguely lucky with the color choices I had. I could see it being a lot worse. All right, and I don't know what I'm talking about anymore, of course. So I'll just load this up. Oh, I know, there was one more thing. So as part of my, because they cheated, I'm going to move the speaker over to this Chan and allow them to grab the victory point piece rather than yellow. That was the main intention of the whole action before, and since they kind of ignored the rules for that, and that's because the reason it happened is because I marked things with the speaker, and the one card was over here, and then the speaker moved, and it wasn't clear. Oh, the guy with initiative took it again. Not that I remembered the rule, but the rule is on this. It's not on the speaker card and the way I indicate things. And from the dip card, I can remove these counters indicating who is in a peaceful coexistence. Okay, well, I've babbled quite a bit there for no reason, but up it goes.